thank you so much for subscribing. We have already 1,000 subscribers, and that is such a big achievement for the videos we do. So thank you so much for being followers of such an educational content, and we promise we will do much more.
Yes! Thank you. Today is a very special event for us. We have 1K of subscribers. And the first samples of the OE2 just arrived. So these are just the very first one. We give them to the reviewers and to the press, but more will come very, very soon. So we are quite happy. So this is the mood we are in.
Yeah, super, thank you. So the idea for the Grell Sound Lab was that we wanted to create some actual knowledge, because for loudspeakers there's so much really scientific knowledge out there how to build a great loudspeaker, but for headphones there's almost nothing. And I think that's a bit of a tragedy, and we have all the knowledge that we need here in the building to really share it with the world. For this event I would also like to share a little bit of value for you as a thank you. And that would be a question to Axel, which is, what's the biggest or most surprising learning that you had in your career? Because it was quite a long time, and at some point you probably thought, oh, I know everything. After 10 years or something, then suddenly something happened and you thought, oh, well, maybe there's still something else.
So there are many, or not many, so which is the biggest word. When I started to work at Sennheiser, I was working with headphones already, but my main listening device were loudspeakers. I built loudspeakers myself, and for loudspeakers it's very simple. You have to have a flat response in an anechoic chamber on axis and so on and so on, so many other things. But for headphones it was completely different. So a flat headphone doesn't sound good. So that was the first one. The second one, and this is included in this headphone, where does the sound come from in a headphone? Is it from here or should it come from there? That makes a big difference. That idea came to me, I think in 1999 or something like that. At that time I was for 8 years at Sennheiser already, and I tried to bring speakers more to the front and a little bit more to an angle. So when you see the current headphone HD560S, for example, that was created in 2001, 2002, the fundamental structure of it. And when you look at that, the drivers are already a little bit more to the front, and that developed and it culminated in this one.
Yeah. And I think the idea is quite great. So I'm a big fan by now as well. And I mean, with the HD560S, I could use that platform already to build something that sounds quite extraordinary in my opinion. For me personally, so I don't have that long of a career as Axel does, but for me it was how little the driver matters for the eventual headphone sound in the sense of tuning. So of course, the driver is a foundation, so it should be low distortion and it should cover the whole bandwidth and so on. But when I entered the high-end or hi-fi forums and so on, there you often got the idea that this driver sounds very metallic and this driver is very organic and warm and so on. And then I started working on headphones and found that the very same driver can sound cold and sterile with a certain type of buffer. And then you change a few acoustic things and suddenly it sounds very warm and lush. And that was for me a bit of a wake-up moment that, yes, sometimes there are some artifacts in there if it's a driver with a metal dome or something and that it has some peaks very high up. But if you have a well-engineered driver, you can make it sound basically any way you want.
When you have a great driver, even the best, you can tune it to sound really bad and you have a shitty headphone in the end. Yeah, so absolutely. That could happen as well. The other way around, to have a shitty driver, make a great headphone out of it,
that's really tough.
Yeah, it's difficult. Yeah. So to make it sound okay-ish is possible, but not more.
Yeah.
Tune in the next time when we have some more educational and less celebrational input for you. And enjoy listening with headphones. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Until next time. So that is both with this is yeah.
We have 1K of subscribers.
This YouTube channel and for the Grell Sound Lab was that there's so little really